Hey y'all, this is still be the last of this for tonight until next Friday. So this will be the last stream for tonight. Hope you all enjoy.
Tonight, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. Moments ago, a scene that's played here since 2004. Big Ben Roethlisberger greeted by this sold-out Heinz Field crowd. His Steelers getting set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens.
This will be the last stream for tonight.
Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Ravens take over first.
Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Allow me a second here to gush, because in his college career, the only player in NCAA history to rush for over 1,500 yards and pass for over 3,500 yards in a season, and he did it twice.
That's pretty good.
That's really good. Yet he only won the Heisman Trophy once.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he is net in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd.
3rd down 20.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long.
Boom.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it
Thank
looks
you.
like Steeler football. It is.
Ben Roethlisberger.
And here comes Ben Roethlisberger out onto the field, ready to lead the Steeler offense.
We talk so often about his physical attributes. Of course, the Big Ben nickname, his ability to take hits in the pocket, his ability to extend plays and get outside of the pocket. But how about this for efficiency? Top 10 in career NFL passer rating. And he's one of the top 5 winningest quarterbacks in NFL history. That's pretty darn good.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Here's Sam Cook now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Johnson on the return. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run for the first time with James Conner. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Clark on the tackle.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And they'll getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. And he's in.
Touchdown.
Pittsburgh. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Much better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Baltimore.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the option, it goes to Ingram. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And that's caught at the 25. And he will have a Ravens first down as they get the 3rd down conversion.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts.
This will be the last stream for tonight.
from the gun. Jackson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Complete.
11 more on that one and another first down.
A gain of 11.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession.
Here we go.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. He's tackled. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place.
Boom.
But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Bye-bye.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. We also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
23 yards, the final tally. Well, we know he's got the speed where he needed the speed.
All right, here we go.
A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big time.
And he's going to
Touchdown.
take it for a Steeler touchdown. Ben Roethlisberger with a touchdown pass to Juju Smith-Schuster. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast. But a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired. But the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here we go.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
At the 29-yard line.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
At the 25-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram.
They're going down, boy.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and you worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
On the return,
This will be the last stream.
A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe
right down the middle?
The ground game to surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. That took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if they're...
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Oh, shit, monkey.
Touchdown.
Mark Ingram, 47 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Ah, shit, monkey.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over first.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Oh, battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
39-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On the carry.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield, too.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the field goal there caps.
Okay, 17.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points.
14.
I just wonder, are they going to recycle those because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you to the end zone, get you 6?
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
17. Ravens 14.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st down, Baltimore.
Ingram. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think
I'll be the last stream for tonight.
They can't get upfield. Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it.
Number 8.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On the option is Jackson. And brought down.
Wow, that fooled me. That fooled everybody on defense.
16 yards, a 1st down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice
Damn.
over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
At the 17-yard line.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd down.
Jackson from the shotgun. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
They'll look to run with Ingram. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. So stuff from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get out.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown.
Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's having a bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a
Hi, Chris, buddy.
game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close, so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to him back.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
That's good.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles about the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. And it's complete. He gives this one to Washington. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy.
Oh, shit.
They take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media.
Boom.
Right? The social media broadcast he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at my coach. Why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
This pass into the arms of Snead.
Jackson's pass.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Jackson.
Thank you.
But it is intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will
knocked it away.
Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That's good for 28 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
It's third down and 6.
Now Connor on the toss left side. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's
touchdown.
Get in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun, back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch.
25-yard line.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
2 yards.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
11 yards there, first down. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head, his head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So this play, you know, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment, running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break off big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Jackson on the keeper.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
He's got the first down inside the 10, and he is into the end zone.
You gotta be kidding me.
Touchdown.
Complete to
From 21 yards away, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Here's Kareth White on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. at their own 20.
James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going.
And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you've set the tone this.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guy. Are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Recover.
He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy.
Got that? Because I don't think he was down.
Towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
That's what I thought. I don't think he was down. That's what I thought. I think he was down before the ball came out. So.
They run with Conner. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one? Is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. And you got caught in between and created a foul.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run it. This is Conner. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as they have taken the lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him.
The kick in.
And he knocks it through. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Hill will opt for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. At halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
A pretty good effort there. 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Roethlisberger will throw. Ebron caught left side. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for one. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
Boom. Right down the middle. But it's halftime.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was James Conner who led the way in that first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Now White on the return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to. And if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Here's Conner. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he
Boom.
will have a Steelers first down as they're able
Right
to
on
get
the button.
Down conversion. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
The 47.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Roethlisberger going to get that to Ebron. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards on the play. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown.
And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Here we go.
And you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And Hill will opt for the touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
At the 28-yard line.
Jackson going to tuck it down on the option. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
By Devin Bush.
A 3-yard gain and enough for the 1st down.
First down, Baltimore.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Steps away. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. And he's got enough for the 1st across midfield to the 48. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Jackson, option right. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
The tackle made.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Jackson's throw caught here by Boykin. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun. Jackson looking left side. Andrews with it complete.
Jackson.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
At their own
so well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right?
Hey, Brandon.
Stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he will have a Steelers first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Ben Roethlisberger is sacked.
It's a safety blitz and a sack for Earl Thomas.
A 7-yard loss. Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence. And he's
a big seam, and he might go all the way. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 56 yards on the ground.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he fends him off. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Justin Ellis forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
To try again after the sack, Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Makes the score. Steelers 40.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And Hill will opt for the touchback. The ball switches back over to Mark Ingram and the Ravens. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
It's a pickup of 3.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Ingram.
Mark Ingram, the ball carrier.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Shrugs him off. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
For a Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Taken down at the
on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
6-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up third.
3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Patrick Queen drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. And that makes them now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions, because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
Final minute now, the 3rd quarter. This time Jackson will throw it. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Shit monkey.
2 with a gain of 1 that time.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there. You might have a smaller back.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And this is good from 50 yards. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find that they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it in the posts.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Conner on first down, working his way forward for about 4 yards. 2nd down coming up. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him.
James Conner.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner taking it in. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Conner going to try and run it. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Shit.
But they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing is Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Ravens.
From the gun, Jackson. Quick slant to Brown. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
And they'll as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Complete
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 19-yard line.
Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
At the 12-yard line.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Devin Bush able to run it down for a loss of a yard.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to 13. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Steelers take over 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
He's brought that. This offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from walking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Give to the brother of JJ. This is Derek Watt. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
Taken down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead. You give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 4.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the
1st down.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they'll look to pay it off on 1st down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Connor, the ball carrier.
Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced to dump off the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
7-yard pickup.
Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
7-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson stepping up. He's going to keep it.
Jackson on the keeper. A gain of 12.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And they're well past midfield, just a yard too shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Fired that one in there, able to make a connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. Sometimes you throw it down, the receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And a 20th carry now for Ingram. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
3rd down.
And here's Jackson on the option. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This time, Roethlisberger will throw. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Roethlisberger going to throw it. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
James Conner. That's good.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They've had some success.
Game over.
Time of this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, it's all going to work.
It's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.
All right, y'all. Alright, y'all, I'm signing off. Hope you enjoyed the football game. And I will see you Friday. I will also see y'all on Friday. See y'all then. Have a good rest of your night. And I will see you Friday. All more streaming. See you then. See you Friday. Have a good night. And I will see you then. God bless and see you then. Have a wonderful... I'll see y'all Friday. Have a good day. Bye. See ya. And God bless.